Good morning. I'm Mary.
Good morning. I'm Linda.
We're Pinky Mall Sisters in the kitchen, and thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to be making a tamale pie, and it's something I was telling the girls that I used to make this when my smaller children, my first two children was little. I didn't cook as much after Linda got, because she was teenagers, and you know, teenagers eat entirely different. Their schedule is different, so I actually cooked more with my first two children. But anyway, it's a pretty, if you like chili, it's kind of like a chili with cornbread, but it's called tamale pie.
It sure smells good in here.
Okay, so first of all, I'll tell you what I've done before we got on camera, because it takes two different oven cooking times. So I did a little bit in advance. I don't know. Let me show them. I put about some minced onion, some garlic, minced garlic, and I've got hamburger and sausage, ground sausage in this.
Excuse me.
And I went ahead and I put olive oil in the pan first. Then I put my minced onions, and I kind of got them soft. And then I put minced garlic in there. And just for a few, maybe a minute after I put the garlic in there. Then I put ground sausage, just a small amount of ground sausage. I use Owens. And then the hamburger, some ground meat. And so now I'm going to cook this until it gets done, and then we'll add the spices. In the meanwhile, I have preheated my oven to 400. I have greased my cast iron pan here, and on our recipe on our membership page, I set a 9 by 13 inch pan. You can cook this in whatever pan that will hold the amount that we're cooking. I'm putting it in this cast iron skillet. You can use this for a casserole dish, bacon, cornbread, whatever. This is a really nice pan to use, and it also comes with that lid that has the no drip lid. I greased it with Crisco. I'm going to set it aside, and I'll put it over here. I'm going to...
I got your buttermilk in there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I make a cornbread. You can make up your own cornbread recipe, or you can use this corn muffin mix. The difference is this corn muffin mix, it's a little sweet, don't you think, Linda?
It is. It has a little sweet taste to it.
This has a little sweet taste to it, so if you prefer, use your own cornbread mix. But anyway, and on the recipe on the website, it says 2 boxes. I used 1.5 boxes for this because of the dish that I'm using. And I don't want my cornbread real thick. If you want a thick cornbread, then you do use 2. But if you want a little thinner cornbread, I'm using a 1.5 boxes. You take cream, a can of cream style corn, mix in with your milk. That is a really thick corn. Linda, you can just, if you want to, would you mind mixing?
I'm glad to. Are you talking about the onions?
Yeah, the onions, if you don't mind.
And we're mincing these onions.
Yeah. The more you chop them, the finer it gets, and it's like minced onions.
Is that fine enough for you, Mary?
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm putting that in the cornbread. I cooked the onions in the cornbread.
I'm sure they like this noise.
You probably did it enough, Linda. Thank you.
Yeah, that's not quite
It's not quite as thin. Okay.
I'll get the rest of that off of there.
Okay. And now I'm putting sour cream in it. I'm putting this in the cornbread. I'm going to put this in the sink.
The leaves were so pretty, Mary. When I was driving over here today, the leaves have just turned and they're just gorgeous.
Yeah. That's one thing about us going to each other's house. We get to see a lot of the country, don't we?
We sure do.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
It's really pretty.
Now I'm putting eggs in this, in the cornbread. Sometimes I beat the eggs before I put them in here. I didn't do that today, but sometimes I do. Depends on how busy I am. I get it stirred up a little bit.
Mary, do you want this hamburger brown or do you just want
I
it
just
cooked?
want it cooked, yeah.
So just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more and it'll be done, Linda. And now I'm putting some melted butter in the cornbread. I kind of like to get this mixed up a little bit better before I put the butter in here.
I don't know if we should mention this or not, Mary,
What?
that house right down there.
Oh, that's right. So
259 burnt just right before, I guess this morning, right before I came through.
I think I had to run to the store this morning. I got back about 7:30, and I went in the air. I said, I smell something burning, and that's probably what it was.
It
around
probably
7:30. We've had, Linda, we've had a lot of house burned down late just recently in this area. I think I don't know if it's
sad, isn't it?
It is. I'm gonna see what we can do. This is melted butter in my cornbread. It's because of I guess people turning on the furnaces and their heat and stuff. It's I just pray every day the Lord to keep His hand on us, on our properties.
I know.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I got everything in there. I don't have my onions in here. That almost looks like more than a fourth a cup.
Yeah, it might be.
I'm gonna see. I'll put. I did talk to my neighbor about our internet, and the internet that she got, she streams. She goes to night school and from home. So I think that would be a good
What
one.
she's got.
Yes,
That's
and I'm
good.
definitely calling as soon as we get off air. I do my dressing like I put onion in my dressing before I cook it. Here
Yeah,
it is.
Mama did too.
Yeah, Mama did. All right, out of the way. Now I've got, like I said, I got the pan greased. And you notice I didn't put no milk in this, and the reason I didn't, because it's got that sour cream in it. I forgot, Linda, do you eat stuff that's cooked with sour cream?
If it's cooked with sour cream, yeah.
Okay.
I do.
So if you don't want to put sour cream in it, then put you some milk. Use
So you
milk.
need the oven open?
Yes, please. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands.
And what do you want the timer set on, Mary?
20 minutes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Put the timer on 20 minutes. We cook that for 20 minutes in the oven. And another thing, it takes longer to cook that cornbread if it's thicker. When I put the whole full 2 boxes in there, the cornbread was so thick, I actually had to cook it about 35 minutes. So I'm hoping that thin, not putting this much in it.
It probably won't. Does that look
Yes,
okay to you?
I think it's good. Now let's see. Linda, if you don't, do you mind? I'll do it.
No, I'll do it.
Let me get this out.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's not a lot of juice
It's not
in
a
there,
lot of.
but-
I don't want a lot of oil in it. And I didn't use. I used part 96.4 and then part because I had 2 little pieces of hamburger meat in the. So and one of them had a little bit of fat in it, so I don't want that juice in there. That oil, what do you call it? I didn't want the grease here. So it was more than what I thought.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. All right, now we'll start adding the seasonings to the meat.
Are you through with this here, Mary?
I am, Linda.
Are you going to save
I
just a little
am
bit
here.
of
Let me
onion?
give you a baggie.
This is tamale pie, right?
It is. This is a tamale pie. We always say that at the beginning, and some of you that have just joined us, this is a tamale pie. And now I'm putting chili powders in the meat. And I'm putting quite a bit. There is, I'm missing a can of something. I bought it this morning. Okay, I'll get it in a minute. I'm putting quite a bit of chili powders because I want it to have a chili powder, chili taste. And cumin powder. I put about equal parts of chili powders and cumin powder.
Keep walking in front of the camera.
So how was Mike feeling this morning, Linda?
He was feeling pretty good. He has his little routine. He goes through every morning feeding the cats that aren't ours. He feeds them.
And kosher salt. And I put chili powders, cumin powders, and kosher salt. And the kosher salt. All right. Now,
So you didn't salt your meat before you cooked it,
no,
right?
no, I
Okay.
did not. Now, if you don't mind stirring this, I've got to
Okay.
go get my can of tomatoes. I put them up, I guess.
These spices smell so good.
After we cook the spices, and get that flavored up a little bit, then I'm gonna add some tomatoes. And I use the chili ready tomatoes, and so it's already got some seasoning in it.
I turned that burner off. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you?
No wonder it wasn't doing anything. I turned the burner off. Oh, Lord.
It's okay. All right, we'll put them in there in a minute. And I buy a big can of enchilada sauce because I don't like it dry.
No, I don't either.
And so when the cornbread gets done, I put some of this enchilada sauce over the cornbread and poke holes in it so it kind of sink
goes
down.
in it. That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
So anyway, we'll let that cook a little bit. And okay, I think I got everything in there. You can, if you rather use green enchilada sauce, you can use green enchilada sauce with this too, Linda, instead of the red. You looking for a cup towel?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Just any of those is fine. But we got all of our seasons in this. I guess we could probably get a spoon. We done got this.
This one?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Thank you.
So you're finished with that
I
then?
think I am. Those tomatoes is just little bitty pieces. I think it'll. I tell you what. Let's just in case. I don't like big chunks of tomatoes. So when I put that tomatoes, even though
You have to chop it.
they're diced, it might be more than what I want in there. I'm putting some chopped green chilies in it.
And this is something you should always keep in your pantry.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, tomato sauce, or tomato puree.
One day some dish I was making. I make a lot of Mexican style food, and I told Linda, would you stop by and get me some chopped green chilies? I think she brought me 3 cans. And she said, I didn't know how many you wanted. I said, well, don't worry about it. It won't go to waste. So.
And Mary, if for some reason I don't use a whole can, I'll put the rest of them in the freezer and
That's a
take
good
them out
idea.
in case
Yeah.
I don't need the whole
Yeah.
can. I'll put them in there.
That's a good idea.
It's so nice to have your girls with you, isn't it?
It is. I have Carlin in. Matter of fact, Carlin's spending the week with us.
Yeah, it's really nice. Mike really enjoyed talking to Carla yesterday.
This is a can of chili ready. And I'm gonna, if I don't like the way this looks, I think I'm gonna chop them tomatoes up a little bit.
So the chili ready tomatoes, do they have
It has
seasoning in them?
it has
Like
a
chili powder or
it
something?
Does. It
I
does.
don't know if I've ever bought them or not.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, sometimes they're hard to find. This is the only brand they had this morning, which is okay, but that's not what I usually use. But they didn't have it.
Well, they look like they're nice tomatoes.
They're good tomatoes, yeah. Linda, you want to show it to them, or do you want me to bring it over there?
I'm honestly afraid to.
I don't want you to move it. Yeah, don't move it because we don't want the internet. But that's what it looks like as of now. I haven't put the enchilada sauce in it yet. And I bought an extra little can in case it wasn't enough because I don't want it dry.
I could have brought you some. I had several cans
that right?
in my pantry. Is that
That's
what you
all right.
went to the store for this morning?
No, it was something else. Where did I go to? This right here.
Oh, the chili.
I had some I bought the other day, and I think I used it. Forgot that I was needing it for this. I'm gonna go ahead and pour half of this in here
Okay.
and see what it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
looks nice.
Yeah, that's all I needed was half of it. Now I just want it to cook a little bit, and I probably won't need this, but it depends when I do it over the cornbread. That is all there to it, and of course I put cheese on top of it. But anyway, today's Veterans Day.
Yes.
We want to thank all our veterans for their service because matter of fact, I got to get my flag back out. I took it in because it rained. Did it come a big rain at your house?
Hard last night.
They said it was really bad right below Henderson. They said last night.
Really?
The wind.
Yeah.
The wind and the rain and everything. I slept right through it.
Well, I woke
I
up
slept
and
right
I
through
was very aware that the wind was blowing and
Exactly.
it was raining cats and dogs.
Yeah,
I mean,
they said
it was
real hard. Yeah.
hard rain.
But I didn't know it. I slept right through it.
But we take our flag down too when it's
Yeah.
when it's going to be raining. So,
Anyway, we wanted to thank our servicemen and
women.
women, right? This is a picture of my late husband. His name was Bobby. I lost him in 2008, but he served in the Marines for 4.5 years. Well, no, it was 4. He could tell you to the hour. It was 4 years, 3 months, and so many days.
And he was in Vietnam.
And he was in Vietnam. And matter of fact, his death was service connected. So anyway, he served a good. I mean, some of the things, and I'm sure Mike has told you too. These servicemen, they give.
They
everything.
go through a lot. They do.
They go through a lot.
And Bobby was a proud Marine.
He was proud
He
to
was
be
a
a
proud
Marine.
Marine.
He was proud
Now,
of it.
Mike was in the Air Force, and he left Sydney the day after he graduated, 1970, and enlisted in the Air Force. And everybody in his squadron was sent to Vietnam. They sent Mike to Germany.
Is that right?
Yeah. So Mike didn't serve in Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't serve in Vietnam, but he served during the Vietnam era. So we thank them for their service. Our daddy and Pinkie Paul were both in the Army. Daddy was in World War II. Pinkie Paul was in World War I. Grace and Aaron, Art, Carla's husband, he was in the Air Force too, Carla. So Art was in the Air Force. And then Grace and Aaron, Charles and Linnell's kids, daughter and son, they were in the Desert Storm
Yes, in
era.
the Army. Yes.
In the Army. And I remember Mama came to stay at our house that night before the actual whatever it was started because she didn't want to be by herself. And
When they went to Saudi Arabia.
yes, and we would write them. And Aaron wrote us a letter, and he said he was going through his things because they had told them to get rid of everything because this fighting was fixing to start and the bombing, and they told him to get rid of everything that had any connections with anybody back home. and he read our letter, and then he destroyed it, and he sent us a letter. Aaron actually won a brand new vehicle while he was in the Air Force.
He did.
In the Army.
He had to. He entered a contest or
In
a raffle
Azle.
or something in Azle, and while he was gone, his name was picked, and he won a
Edward,
brand new truck.
our youngest brother, was there when they called Aaron's name.
Yeah.
So Aaron and Grace both were they both linguists?
Yes.
I think they
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
They were Arabic, is that how it's
Yeah,
pronounced?
yeah.
Arabic linguists.
Well, Aaron was in the secret part of it. I mean, he was inside one of those tanks and doing all the communication undercover stuff back and forth. It gives me chills to think about him, the things that he was responsible for, because he was getting the messages. He was getting the messages from both sides, and he was relating it back. He was Secret Service.
It's unless you've been there, or unless you have lived in a household where someone served in the active military duty, it's very, very humbling to know what all they went through and how it changed lives. So we want to thank all of our veterans today, all of our followers that are veterans. If you have spouses, or if you were a veteran, we thank you very much for your service to our country.
Because it affects the whole family.
We don't just say that. It's very emotional to us. We mean it.
Yes.
So happy Veterans Day.
Right.
And we got a really nice little package in the mail from Canada. And I didn't bring mine with me, but she sent Little Linda something, and she sent Mary and I something. I think her name was Sylvia.
Yeah, just a moment, I'll get it.
Okay, Mary's come get it. And it was so sweet. It was just Mike, when he went to get the mail yesterday, and he brought it in. He said, "Y'all, this is from Canada." And I just love this little purse.
I do too. It's so handy.
Did you look at the information that's on it? It tells how to clean it, and it's got. It's made out of recycled material.
What I like about it is because it folds up so small you can carry it in your purse. It's a little bag that you can carry with you and bring whatever it is you shopping for back in it, and then you can just fold it back up, and like she said, it's washable.
And how many times have we been out on a road trip working where we had to buy a bag because we had bought stuff and we didn't have room to put it in our bags.
Right.
And Mary and I both have traveled a lot, and the girls have traveled too, some, and they've traveled with us some, but most all of our trips have been work trips.
Yes.
Most all of them.
All the things.
And we enjoyed it. We always found a way to do something fun. But some of y'all heard us say the other day that we are going to be going to New York City in December. Yeah. And the plan originally was for the girls to go to celebrate Little Linda's birthday. And I guess I
you didn't do nothing. You didn't invade.
I decided that Mary and I might want to go too. So anyway, we are going to, if anybody wants to see us while we're there, we still don't have everything locked in, but I think we do have a time
We
set.
have our flights. We haven't made the hotels, but reservations, but we're going to do that today.
So we'll have to give you a location, but I believe we decided on Wednesday, right?
Right, that we can meet.
And
on
that
Wednesday.
would be from, did we say 5 to 7? 5 to 7, Wednesday, and that's December the
8th, I believe.
the 8th.
Yeah.
I think it's the 8th.
December the 8th.
December the 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. And we will let y'all know what hotel, and I'm assuming that we're just going to meet in the lobby, right?
Yeah, we'll
in the hotel lobby.
try to coordinate it with the people there at the hotel to make sure it's okay.
So we'll be letting y'all know about that, but we wanted to give you a time and a date. So if some of you want to come, I know that, Connecticut and New Jersey and all the little states around New York City are within, pretty close proximity to New York City. So if there's anybody that would like to see us, we'd love to see y'all.
Yeah, we sure would. So, and think we rained on their parade. Hey, they'll enjoy our company. Oh,
Well,
it'd be a
we'll
fun
have
trip.
fun. They
Yeah.
always, the girls are always, and Mary are always so generous to
Well,
make,
that brings
make all
up
of
that
us
we
feel.
had some new followers.
Oh, yes.
And so we'll tell you, we are sisters, and they're 17 months apart from us.
I'm gray-headed. I'm the youngest. She's not.
I've
She's
got
the
gray hair.
oldest.
Y'all just can't see it. I have gray hair. But anyway, and somebody asked about Linda having children. She has no biological children, but she has 3 children and 11 grandchildren because mine is hers. We share them, and you think that I'm just saying that, but it's literally the truth. Those grandkids and my children will call
You're
her.
going to make me cry now.
They will call her. Sometimes they call her before they do me. And those grandkids, great grandkids and grandkids, looks to her for just like they do me.
And
So
I love
it's
them.
no difference.
I love them, and I remember even when your children were younger, and they always knew if they couldn't find their mama,
Oh, yeah.
they knew that I
Oh,
would
yeah.
know where she was
And that's
at.
the truth.
And they would call
Yeah,
me. And
they sure would.
I remember one time, were you working in Kansas City when you
I
switched hotels on us?
sure was. I sure was.
We about had a posse out for Mary because she switched hotels and she didn't tell anybody. And we were calling every hotel in the Kansas City area till we found her. And
That
you
was-
never did that again.
It was in 2008. It wasn't long after Bobby had died, and boy, they was watching me like a hawk. I knew when I got to the hotel, I'd call them, but I hadn't got to the hotel. And when I got there, I want you to know that clerk said, "You've got a lot of messages on your phone."
Well, Carla had tried, Linda had tried, Chuck had tried, I tried. We couldn't nobody reach her. Of course, Mary was working.
Yeah.
So she couldn't answer her phone. And
I think I had met my cousin, our cousin that day,
Karen. You could have been.
I think I had met her, and we had went out to lunch or something. It was something that detained me from getting back to the hotel.
So
But-
we know how to do some research. We know how to find people if we need them.
Well, I thought because I had so many messages, I thought something bad had happened at home. You know, I didn't think it was me they was trying to keep up with. I knew they kept up with me, but like I said, I didn't think they would try to contact me before I got to the hotel, but they did. So, anyway, we keep up with one another. That's for sure.
And we have 2 brothers.
Yes.
And Charles and Linnell. Charles is our oldest brother. Some of you have heard him or seen him on some of our videos. Charles is a big storyteller. He's the oldest. And Linnell has been in our family for, they've been married, They got married in 60.
She was 15 and
65 is when they got married. Right. So over 50 years. Yeah. And Debbie and Edward have been married almost that long. They've been married 51 years. Edward's our youngest, and Debbie has, like I said, been in our family for years and years.
She
and
was
years.
just
18.
It's 18 when they got married. Well, they had started dating before 18. She was 17 because they wanted to make sure Brother Javon wouldn't let them get married until she turned 18
right.
and got out of high school.
Yeah. So we're a very close family. We lost our mother in 2003, and we are in the process of getting Mother's book, the manuscript typed, and getting it sent to press. And if you've watched the videos, there's 9 parts. to the videos of Mama's story. Some people see the 9th part and then they go back and say, where's the rest of it? They're all under our Pinky Mouse Facebook page, and they're also on YouTube.
On YouTube, all 9 parts is on YouTube. And if somebody is, we've had a lot of requests lately. That's the cornbread, yeah. Let me see. We may have to cook this cornbread a little bit longer. I'm going to cook it a little bit longer. It's thick.
Okay,
so
how many more minutes?
Let's put it 10 minutes if you don't mind, Linda. Because I know I cooked it a long time. I didn't think that cornbread would ever get done. I don't know if it's the thickness of it or if it's the sour cream or the corn. I don't know, but it takes longer to cook it than normal cornbread.
This is getting thick.
Yeah, it is. That's good. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more because all we need is just the flavors to get through it.
So we've, several years ago, well, it's not several years ago, a few years ago, we started a home cottage bakery. And back in the summer when COVID had everybody just at a standstill, Mary came to me and asked about, and actually she mentioned it to me several times that, you know, I'm pretty hard-headed, we all are, but I just thought I had too much to do. I was working full-time. I work from home, but I was working full-time. I was baking,
You had the
baking
bakery,
like
full-time
crazy.
bakery.
I mean,
Yep.
some weeks was so busy. And, you know, for locals, we didn't do a lot of shipping, but mostly it was for locals. And Mary said, I just feel like, you know, that we really need to do this, to spend time together. That was your initial,
the
initial
main reason was for us to spend time together and to get our story about Mother, and for our kids and grandkids to learn a little bit more about our growing up. That was the reason.
We live 55 miles apart. You have to go, we call it the back roads or the back way, and it takes about an hour and 15 minutes to get to each other's house. And
we do that 3 times a week.
3 times a week. And because they were putting flooring or something down in your house
at first,
last year, she come to my house twice a week, drove to my house twice a week for
3 months.
For a long time. Right. And then we started rotating, going back and forth, some at my house and some over here. So and we have enjoyed it tremendously.
We have.
We love the fact that little Linda and Carla are helping us and getting, you know, being able to be together and to be with us too.
Right.
And
well,
Chuck and Mike have helped in areas that they could.
Right.
And then,
picking up cases of things. I mean, it's just some
heavy
things heavy lifting that we needed help on. And so, and I was going to tell you, because I've had a lot of people lately ask about where a certain recipe was, and that's from a year ago. Mm-hmm. And those, you can, if you want to, when you see the video, an old video, if you'll go to our page, Pinky Miles Cakes, Cookies, and Candy, and there's a strip across the top that says a lot of different things about and post and all that. Scroll till you get to videos and hit videos, and you go down and all of our videos are posted, and you can watch the video again, and you'll get the recipe when you watch our video.
And our page on Facebook has always been a public page. If you're watching us on a page where you had to join a group, that is not where you need to be watching us. That's people that's taken our videos and put them on a page and acting like
you don't join to watch our videos.
No, you don't.
Not to watch our videos.
If you're wondering about whether or not you're on the right page, go to our website. We have a fantastic website.
Yes, we do.
It's professionally designed. And if you'll go to it and click on the Facebook icon, it will take you straight to our Facebook page or Instagram or YouTube. And our website is www.pinkymallskitchen.com. There are no spaces, nothing on it. It's just www.pinkymallskitchen.com. And you'll see our logo there. And you can shop for any of the merchandise that we have. And if you're interested in becoming a member where you can get the recipes, there's a small monthly fee. And you can click on membership, and that will walk you through that process.
That's the recipes that we've been doing since October.
Since October, yes.
Since October. That's on our membership page. The things that we cooked prior to that are not on the website. Well, no, we give them 2.
Yeah, we're
every month we give you 2 recipes that we have done in the past that we're actually not videoing again. So
you got a big bag of cheese over there, Mary.
I know.
Did you get that at Sam's?
I did. But I use a lot of cheese. There was somebody commented on one of my other pages that I cook a lot of Mexican. I use a lot of cheese because of Mexican dishes that I make, and that's true. You know, I do, and I use a lot of cheese. I haven't been doing that much cheese lately, but
we love cheese.
Yeah.
So,
do we have any questions?
Yes, questions.
What was your jobs that required so much traveling? And repeat the question.
Okay. Our jobs that we both had, a couple times we'd actually worked for the same company.
Yes.
But a lot of the time, some of the time, we worked for different companies, but it was research companies, and it was contracted. It was a research company that was contracted through the government.
Yes.
It was government jobs, but we was working for a research company. We done all
Transportation is where we started.
Transportation and medical. I did a lot of medical.
Yeah.
And you did too.
That's where we
studies.
ended with medical for the last several years. We worked on
Medicare was the
medical
last one
studies.
I worked on, was a Medicare study. And worked on each one. It's like projects. Now I've been on I was on two different projects that were called longitudinal. It was a continuous. Matter of fact, they're probably still going on. Longitudinal surveys, so where I worked on them for several years and traveled. We traveled everywhere.
Yep, we sure did.
We enjoyed it. Like she said a while ago, we always tried to find something that fun to do while we were doing it. Some of our projects, we actually was in the same area at the same time. Yeah. And we'd always go to training together whenever it would be the same company. And a matter of fact, all my children at one time has been to some of the trainings and worked on different projects. And I mean, it was just like a vacation. I mean, we had a wonderful, wonderful time.
We did.
We enjoyed it so much.
Mama worked with us on way back in the day. One of the first ones that
95.
we did.
Was it 94 or 95?
I think it was 95.
Yeah.
No, it was
94.
before then.
Yeah, because 95 is when I
hadn't-
started on it.
It might have even been 93.
It might have been, because I know it was.
She went to
you the one
Atlanta
who started
with me.
it.
Yeah.
And she worked with you before I started doing
Yes.
it. Yeah.
And I remember Mama, because Mama lived on a fixed income, and she the first time we did it, it was a seatbelt survey. The first job that we worked on with these research projects, and the first time that when we were doing it, she said, Linda, she said, they're not going to pay us to do what we're doing.
Because it was fun.
We didn't even have handhelds back then. I remember when we went to handheld computers, PDAs.
Yes.
And then we went to real
had
laptops.
paperwork,
But we were doing clickers.
Yep,
we were doing clickers. And it was so funny. She said, Linda Faye, she said, they are not going to pay us for sitting there. There ain't even been a car come by where we're sitting. I remember so much. I just could not believe that she would get paid, but we were doing what we were supposed to do.
I know. It was just a really good job.
They picked up where we were supposed to be in this particular one. It wasn't any traffic.
Well, they have to have data on that too, where it's not so much traffic. But
and then we worked on all kinds of, back when the land border survey.
Yes.
That we worked on, and you worked on the Canadian Washington State border, which you got a little excitement didn't you?
Yes, I did. I mean, they told us in our meeting, we had a meeting before we actually started to work. Every morning we would have a meeting, and one morning they said that that there was somebody that they had gotten word that's trying to come from Canada into the U.S. that was wanted. And he said, "No, I'm telling you," he said, if y'all hear a siren or I forgot what else it would tell you, you better take cover." And that's exactly what they said. You better find a place to take cover. I want you to know that went off, and you talking about scattering, but
it actually happened.
It happened, and I went and got behind one of the great old big, some kind of like a container or something, and I didn't know whether to peek around the corner or not. It was scary. It was scary.
We have a lot of good memories from that. Next question.
There's some new people that want to know if your brothers live close.
Okay, no, they don't. Charles and Linnell live in Parker County, which is outside of Fort Worth. And at one short time, we all four lived in the Fort Worth area. But Edward's wife is from Mississippi. That's where they lived when Edward got married. And they moved back there to retire, and Edward built a house. So Edward's about a 6.5 hour drive from us.
From here, yes.
And Charles and them are about a 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Edward on the next time we're actually with him. We're going to have him on live telling some stories. Okay. He's also a great storyteller.
Yes, he is.
He will crack you up.
You'll enjoy hearing him talk.
Do you need a pot holder?
I got it. It's not brown, but it doesn't have to be brown. I can feel of it. It's fluffy, and that means it's light. Okay, Linda, did you want to show them that? I know she hates to move that camera because it doesn't have to be brown, but it's brown on the bottom because I can see the edges.
Are you going to set it here, or are you going to pour it over
I
here?
can. Get one of those other mats because we're going to stick holes in it with the fork. And Linda, I was reading over the recipe, and I'm the one who did it. But on the recipe, on the member group, it says stick the cornbread with bread, and it was fork as well. So we'll have to correct that little.
That looks good.
Doesn't that look good? Okay. So we're just going to stick it with, and you see that? It's going to be very moist, and it's because of that cream corn.
Yeah.
So don't think it's not done. That's because I'm going to be cooking it 20 more minutes. It's very, very moist.
Now, do you want me to hold this and let you pour
I'm
it?
going to pour that enchilada sauce over this first.
Oh, before you pour the other?
I like chili in cornbread, and this is basically what it is. I'm going to put that back in.
No, it's not. It's not too heavy.
All right, I'm going to pour this enchilada sauce over it. And if you want to put green, I've used green enchilada sauce before. I think I'm going to use that fork again. Yeah.
Okay.
I want that sauce to go down in there.
That's going to make it really good.
I like it, but I like anything Mexican style
So
stuff.
where did you get this recipe, or did you make it up?
No, I got this recipe out of one of my mama's old books. I find more of the best recipes out of mother's old books, because my mother was I guess she collected
cut out recipes.
She cut out and has so many recipe books that we couldn't even no way keep all of them. All right, if you want to do that.
Okay, I need to be.
You just hold that.
Okay.
Can you pour it over there?
I can pour
Okay,
it.
well just go ahead and pour it then. That's a pot full.
I don't know if you've about got all of it out.
Yeah, this pot is so good. The stuff slides out of it really easy. That's fine. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
That's all. That's really full. But now I'm going to put cheese on top of it.
That looks really good. That's a meal. You don't even need anything else, do you?
That's why I didn't add that 2 boxes of corn stuff, because last time the cornbread was so thick I couldn't hardly get all this stuff in here.
And I guess, Mary, if they were going to take this to a reunion or a family get-together or something, this recipe could be doubled easily, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Just put it in a lot bigger container.
I even have this recipe when it's just us.
Okay.
When I made it for my kids. I'm going to put some more cheese on it. And this is a mixture of Monterey and Kobe. But I like I like a lot of cheese. And now we're going to put the lid on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Put a little bit more on there, because that lid is going to keep it from burning. All right.
Let me get something to wipe that handle off with.
Okay. This right here, it keeps all the juices on the inside.
Yeah, that self-basting lid is amazing.
A little cheese.
Mary, I can lift it if you want me
No,
to.
I can lift it. I can lift it.
I got the door open.
It is heavy, though. You thought it was going to drop it, didn't you?
I thought it was on tip.
All right. We got a little cheese on our pad there. So now I cook it for 10 minutes. Did you put a timer on here?
I think I set it a while ago for something I didn't know I set, and it's still going.
All right. Well, I didn't. I just set the microwave instead of the timer. Okay. I'm going to put it in there for 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes, I'm gonna take the lid off and I'm gonna broil it just till it kind of browns the cheese. Only thing I'm doing now is just melting that cheese. The stuff is done. The tamale pie. Do we have any more questions?
Does either one of y'all's churches still do live stream services?
Yes.
Both.
Both of them.
Okay.
Linda, I'll tell you mine. Mine is First Pentecostal Church of Kilgore. I have a very small church. We have a big building, but you know, COVID and all that, we don't have that many that actually comes in person. But it's First Pentecostal Church of Kilgore, Texas. And Brother James Boatman is my pastor. And Linda, you tell him yours.
Jesus Name Tabernacle, but on Facebook it's J&T, and Brother Max Smith is the pastor. And they stream all of our services live. In fact, we've been watching them live long before COVID.
Now, I will tell you, Linda, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's somebody else that's got a church that's named J&T, and it's not Brother Max.
Okay.
So, tell
it's
him
got
who
a
it is.
lighthouse on it, and it's Brother Max Smith, J&T, or Jesus Name Tabernacle. And I think that's
the reason when I first went on to stream it, to watch it, I keyed in J&T, and it was another church came up, which I knew it wasn't their church.
Well, there's an app, and also there's a group that you can join.
And your church is a lot bigger too.
But
beautiful.
you can. I don't know. It's Jesus Name Tabernacle for years, but back several years ago. For some reason, they just started calling it J&T, and Brother Max Smith is a wonderful.
If you see a picture
pastor.
of it's a brick church with the white
it's a lighthouse.
Lighthouse built. That's the shape of a lighthouse on the front. So that's the church, and it's a good church. Got some beautiful singers in that church.
Yeah, a lot of good talent.
A lot of talent. So. Anyway,
and Mary, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Where we're going to be at Saturday?
Oh, Saturday we're going to be in Henderson, Texas, at the Syrup Festival. We're not setting up. We don't have a booth. We're just going to be mingling. That's all. We're just going. It's just an outing for us 4 girls, and I have never been, and I've lived here for 26 years, and they have it every year. It's been something every year. I know my cousin one time, Nancy, she called and asked me, was I going, and because they were on comm, and we was going to meet down there. It was something I was going out of town, but you got to understand, I traveled. I was gone so much from home until I didn't, I'd never been. But they actually have it set up to show you how to make
I know. I think that'll be real
cane
interesting.
syrup.
I think that'll be
sugar cane syrup.
Be very interested. Yeah. And are we going to try to do the lighting of the
Oh, in Kilgore,
I'm not sure if we'll get to that or not, but we might.
I don't know. And Kilgore, Saturday, they're having lighting of the derricks. You know, Kilgore used to be known as the richest little acre in Texas. I mean, it still has a lot of oil. Yeah, they have a lot of derricks up. They're closed now. But there's a lot of oil wells still pumping around here.
Yeah.
But right downtown, they light these, and these derricks is all lit up. It's beautiful.
It's really pretty.
All lit up for Christmas. And so we might be able to get to that. Not sure yet.
And we hope that we get to go to the Ellis Pottery.
That's right, Ellis Pottery,
evening.
Saturday afternoon or evening part.
It doesn't start till 5:30.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what
it's
time.
It's going to be a long day. I guess it's going to depend on how tired we get.
It is going to be a long day.
The lighting is 3 to 8.
The lighting is from 3 to 8. Okay.
At Kilgore.
All right. The Kilgore. So we might be able to make both.
We might.
And go on to the Ellis Pottery too. We're just going to have a fun day that day. So.
Do we have any other questions?
How long have you and Uncle Mike been married?
We have been married 41 years, a little over 41 years. We were both a little bit older when we got married. It was the first marriage for both of us, so if y'all are doing numbers or anything, we're, but we've been married a little over 41 years.
We didn't think she was ever going to have any little kids, so my husband said, if we ever have another, don't worry about it, Linda. You don't have to have no kids. We'll have a little girl, and we'll name her after you. Well, to me, he was just talking off the top of his head because I had 2 children. I didn't think I was going to have any more. Well, 11 years later, no, it's nearly 9 years later, we had a little girl, and we named her Little Linda.
So Linda's named after me.
That's how she gets that name.
And then Carla's middle granddaughter is named, she has my middle name, Kaylin Faye.
And I was married, Bobby and I was married 41 years whenever he passed away. We was married 41 years. But that's been, 15, 13, how many? He died in 2008. It's been 13, 14 years ago. I think I hear something spewing.
Oh, it may be running over.
Uh-oh, I was afraid of that.
Do we need to set a pan under?
Yeah, let's set a pan under it. I put more enchilada sauce in it. Put some water in this for me, please, Linda. Just a little bit of water. I put more enchilada sauce in the in my meat than what I did the last time. Just wipe off this. Don't try to wipe that. I'm just gonna wipe the pot. I get a long spatula. And I clean that thing up right then. Of course, I got a self-cleaning oven, but I just ain't no use in it being on there. It's hot.
Woo. Hot.
Yep. All right, we got that spill cleaned up pretty quick.
Yep, we sure did.
I missed it.
What happened?
Mr. Spill.
Oh, you was gonna get us. You was gonna get a picture.
We averted a tragedy there.
Hey,
Tragedy.
there's always ways to do something. If you got something running over, grab a pan and put water in
Where'd
it.
your mic go?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
And put water in that pan and put it underneath where it's dripping, and it'll drip into that pan. But you have to put water in it because you don't want to burn your pan. And then that little drip that got on the bottom of my oven, I got me a long spatula and put my washcloth, my dishcloth on it, and I took that spatula and I wiped that tray up, and it hadn't got a spill in it.
That's something Mama would have done.
Yep. Hey, you find I like a clean oven, so. I don't want nothing burned. I don't think I hadn't had something burned. I forgot about it. It was a turkey, wasn't it? One year I cooked the turkey and I was cooking it all night. Good Lord, I got up there during the night. I smelled something coming here, and that thing had run over in my pan, and it was smoke everywhere.
Oh my goodness!
So I do make messes sometimes. So I had to clean up to do on that. But
Any
anyway,
other questions?
No more questions?
I wanted to know about your diet.
My diet. Some people seem to think they didn't know if I wanted to tell how much weight I've lost. I don't mind telling you. I don't like bragging about something. I really haven't lost as much as you might think I have. I'm short, and it shows up on me a lot. But I've lost.
But you've done fantastic.
I've lost close to 25 pounds.
That's great.
That's over what, 4 months, over about 3 or 4 months. So it's not something I might have lost more. I probably could have, truthfully, because I didn't stick just 100% with the diet, because some things you have to work out for yourself. You say, I can't, I got to eat something that I'm craving. But I just eat a little bit of it. Like ice cream, I eat a lot of ice cream before I started this diet. So that craving was still there. So you know what I do? And this is about maybe once a week. Get me a spoon. I will eat 1 spoonful of ice cream, vanilla ice cream.
The difference in us, if I can't eat the whole bowl, I don't want a spoon.
I eat 1 spoon of ice cream, and it satisfies me. And then sometimes I'll eat 2 vanilla wafers, and it takes that craving for sweet away. I just don't eat a lot. Whenever I do don't go stay on the plan, I just don't eat much of it. So anyway, I've lost 25 pounds, and my daughter, little Linda, she is my coach, and it's Octavia, O-P-T-I, how you spell it? O-P-T-I-V-A, is that how you spell it? And
they can
A-V-I-A.
and they can email her, right?
Yes, you can email.
Facebook message me, Linda Lorraine.
Okay, Facebook message Little Linda, and it's at Linda, Lynda, Lorene, Lorene. Linda, is that all one word? Do you separate your first and middle name?
Well, that's just my name on Facebook.
Okay, Linda Lorene is her name on Facebook. Message her if you want to know. If you want to know more about it. I'm not going to get into it, but she's my coach, and she's on the plan also. And Carla is on the plan. Carla's on the plan too. Now Carla, she's done better than I have. My oldest daughter, like I said, little Linda and Carla's on it. Carla has lost more than I have.
I've lost 32 pounds. My mom.
Yeah, she's done good. Yeah.
My mom's doctor recommended this plan. And I was having some health problems. It seemed like every year I was getting a new health diagnosis, high blood pressure, sugar diabetes. My liver I was in non-alcoholic fatty liver stages. So it was getting serious. Yeah. And her doctor recommended it. She started it. My sister started it. I started it. I stuck with it. And I want you to know that I'm not on any medication other than blood pressure.
And
that's fantastic.
And one of my meds I cut out. I cut out.
If you're really serious about weight loss and it's a health issue, Linda, Lynda, Lorene, Facebook message her.
Yeah, and she
let you know.
Y'all have all
Carla has just,
excellent.
What is she down to a size 6 skirt?
Yes.
Carla's
From
down
a 16.
From a 16, she went down to a size 6 skirt.
Yeah,
I
y'all
haven't.
have done so
She's
good.
done a lot better than I have. But anyway, it makes you feel so much better. My foot has not swollen. My feet had swollen for years, and the doctors could not. I've been through all kinds of tests. Every kind you can think of, and they couldn't find nothing wrong. Changed my blood pressure medicine, I don't know how many times, thinking it was causing me to swell.
You were at the doctor
Yes.
and ER visits many times.
And I can wear my shoes that I've had for years, and I bought 2 pair of shoes last winter thinking I could wear them. I couldn't wear them. They're so comfortable on me today. So I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to brag about it because I don't do that. I don't lose weight for nobody.
Health reasons.
Health reasons. That's why I did it. So that should be okay to take out now.
Now you need more than those.
Yeah, I might. I'm just going to take the lid off. I might can pull it out a little bit and just take the lid off.
What other?
Ooh.
It's gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait a minute, Mary. Let's see if I don't think those are going to be big enough for you to get that off.
Yeah, I think.
Do you need another one?
No, I'm fine. All right, now you take that lid off. Can you take it?
Oh, okay.
Take a pot holder.
Don't let me get your arm.
Okay. See, I really, y'all, I thought I was being smart by putting more enchilada sauce in there. I put too much enchilada sauce in my meat sauce. So you don't want quite this much.
or a bigger container.
Yeah, or a bigger container. So I'm going to
pan.
turn my oven off and broil it for just a few minutes. When it doesn't have all that juice on there, that cheese just makes a layer of cheese.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's I'll get it out in a minute. I'm just going to brown it just a little bit, and it's going to be very, very hot. But we'll go ahead and get I'll get a bowl out and put some in a bowl. I'll set it up here. Throw that paper away. We try to answer all your questions, but sometimes we don't see them until we're already off the air. So
might have time for another one if anybody else has got anything.
Are there any other questions? Because and if you didn't, if you watched the whole video, you would know that we answered comments, because and we did, but you just have to watch the whole video to get that.
skin is? Is there any skin here?
Whose skin?
Both of you.
Oh,
Thank you,
Thank you.
you, but
thank you.
skincare routine is not something I've ever done.
I don't use any skincare, any lotion, any cream, any makeup. Never have, and I just don't. I don't use it. Do you?
No.
I didn't think so.
Good old fashioned soap and water.
Yeah, soap and water.
And we drink a lot of
And
water.
we drink a lot of water. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. I don't want it.
Okay.
Yep.
Mary, is that going to be too...
No, I can get it.
I'll
Trust
go.
me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't mind getting it.
Are you...
Yeah,
do
I'm
you
sure.
have enough...
I got 2 pads. And
I'm gonna
What's
just...
your favorite meal to cook? Good Lord.
I got a pot full of tamale pie here.
Well, we all just prayed through.
Thank you. Oh, now you see how bubbly that is? So don't put... Linda said they all prayed through while I picked that up out of the oven.
Mary is very brave.
Okay, now let me, okay, this has 10 ounces and this is 28. So that's the difference. The recipe says 2 cans of this, 2 cans of 10 ounce. I put this can, so that's where the difference was.
Okay.
You don't put the big can, you put the little can over the cornbread and the little can in the meat. And it wouldn't be this much. But you know, I will tell you this, when this stops bubbling and sitting here for a while, it's going to thicken up.
It's going to soak in.
It's going to soak in, that's right. So,
They said they were praying too.
thank y'all for your prayers. We might have had one of them oops moments. If I'd have dropped that, it would probably broke my oven door because it is heavy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and dig into this because we have been on an hour, but this is a lot of enchilada sauce.
Mary's always been braver than I have. Always.
Yeah. So, you know, one thing about it, y'all learn the mistakes. I use that big can of all right, I made a mess too, didn't I? I cheated on my face.
That's going to soak in
Yeah.
just a few minutes.
It will. It's got cornbread in there, but I like the cornbread. I like cornbread with chili. Do you, Linda?
I do.
Okay. Do you want to get a spoon for this, or?
I don't know. We might need
I
a
think
spoon.
we might need a spoon. The ones that I made the last time. Whoops. The one I made the last time. It wasn't this much juice. Taste it and see. It's going to be hot.
I'm just going
Get you some of the cornbread. Got a lot of cheese in it.
It smells so good.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, it's a hot potato.
Yeah. Did you get you some cornbread?
I'm fixing to. You know, I've got some in here. It's very good.
It's good.
It's delicious.
You hesitated there for a minute, girl.
No.
I'll be like some of our followers. She don't like it.
No, it's delicious. I would put more salt in it, but
Oh.
it's really good. It's the flavors are really, intense.
It is good. I mean, I like it. But don't put the big can of enchilada sauce. Use 2 of the small cans, and that's what the recipe calls for. We love y'all. Thank y'all for your time, and don't forget to count your blessings because
Absolutely. Those
Every day.
spices are so good.
the spices is real good. I put a lot of spices in there because I wanted it to flavor. Okay,
Enjoy your day, and we will be back Tuesday
Tuesday
at my
at
house.
Linda's house.
And we'll be out and about this weekend. So, and if any of you would like to meet us in New York City on December the 8th, between 5 and 7 p.m., we'll be announcing
What hotel?
what hotel we're at, and more than likely we'll be meeting in the lobby. So
Love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.